everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we are doing another Kaladesh Draft League. If you like the content on this channel, please subscribe, like the videos, check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/Inez27. Alright, well, we opened Pia. She's very good. Strong card. 2 bodies, 3 mana, 1 evasive, and inflatable. Yeah, I mean, just that alone is good, and it's got another ability on top of that, so really nice, rare to open. And other good cards in here, Cloud Blazer, I like the Steed, the Fanatic. Yeah, that's about it in terms of strong early dudes. All right. So, follow-up pick here. Well, Wildest Dreams is pretty good, but not exactly what I'm looking for. I bet you're an Artificer, though, aren't you? Maybe the Goggles. Could take the Weldfast Monitor. Monitor is a pretty good card. Nothing really standing out to me as like jump into this color. I guess I could take the Tidy Conclusion. It's certainly a removal spell. So yeah, Goggles, Monitor, Conclusion are the cards I'm looking at. I guess I can take the Conclusion. 5 mana instant speed catch-all with upside. Sure. Maybe I shouldn't call it a catch-all, because it only does deal with creatures. But I think we'll take the Conclusion here. I don't mind giving up a Monitor or Goggles so much. Okay, so we have Weaponcraft Enthusiast, which is like a slightly less exciting augmenter. There's a Self-Assembler in here. Malfist Squad. All these cards are good. Do I like the Squad or the Enthusiast more? I guess probably Enthusiast just because it's a mana cheaper. But Squad's been pretty good too. I think we'll take the Enthusiast here. I'm okay with that actually. All right, so Tidy Conclusion number 2. I guess I'm okay with that. There's also an Infiltrator in here. Some blue cards, a Pillar Bug as well, a Prism. We'll just take the Conclusion. Let's not jump to any conclusions here. Let's just take it. Okay, so we have got Lookout, which rapidly became my new favorite card, but I think we'll take the Screecher. Screecher is very good. Good beatdown card, no requirements necessary. But yeah, I do like the Lookouts. I hope to see more of them. Okay, so we have a Colony, a Built to Smash, Pillar Bug, and a Monitor. Well, we only have 1 red card so far, even though Pia is very good. So maybe we want the Pillar Bug over the Monitor here. Opt for the Lifelink versus the Menace. I kind of feel like Monitor is a slightly better card, but they're close enough where maybe I should just take the Pillar Bug. I would like to play Pia. I mean, we've seen some red flowing too. But I'll take the Pillar Bug here. I'm alright with that. Okay, Fireweaver, Goggles. So Fireweaver currently good with Pillar Bug, Enthusiast, and Pia. That's probably good enough for me. Otherwise we take like a Goggles. You're an Artificer too, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah, Goggles would not be bad either. I think we'll take the Fireweaver though. Okay, so we have Cathartic Reunion, Torch Gauntlet, Assistant, and that's about it. Fortuitous Find, I guess. Let's take the Gauntlet. I'm alright with this. Well, I think the security is better than the Terror. Which is kind of interesting, actually. I never did the math, but you get the same total number of power and toughness, but 3-4 just seems infinitely better than 5-2. All right, well, getting the goggles back is actually kind of nice. We only have 3 artificers currently, but that's actually not bad. Wow, this dream's wheels. Ooh, getting the squad back's just like a gift. It's very nice. Very nice. Let's see. I don't really care about any of these cards. I guess we'll take a Wingsmith maybe. Yeah. I guess. I mean, still passing a blue card, so it's not like it cuts blue really. So I think we're off to a good start. We have some hard removal spells. We have artifact producers, quite a few. Ooh, look out. What a gift. What a wonderful gift. And a rush, too. We're just being told to be in black, and we're like, yes, sir or ma'am. Happy to oblige. Wow, flat wheel cruiser. Yeah, this card's good. Really, really good. So, yes. Yes, please. Yeah, we'll take it. What else we got in here? The Genius. The Sabotage. Not really a Sabotage deck. It kills all of our things. Fireweaver would be fine. I'd take the Puzzle, not the Construct. If we can wheel any of those, that would be nice. Seems more likely we're going to wheel like a Gremlin and a Torch Gauntlet. I don't even think... I think there's probably a decent chance this wheels too. But we'll obviously taking the Cruiser, right? Love it. Haven't gotten a chance to play with this too much. Or against it that much either. Probably played against it a couple times. Played with it once. But yeah, certainly a strong rare. 4 mana 5/3 Trample Haste that you immediately get to attack with. And then attack with it more later. Alright. So we have some choices here. We have Broker. More interested in Monitor over Broker for the artifact-y reason. There's also a Subtle Strike, though, too, which is good. And those are the only options. I guess there's a Puzzle Knot in here as well. I'll probably take the Monitor. Although, maybe I should take the Subtle Strike. I guess we have 8 creatures currently. What's our removal and tricks at the moment? We have just 2 Tidy Conclusions. Well, we did wheel a Monitor last time. Oh, we have the Rush, too. Yeah, so we have Rush and 2 Conclusions. Subtle Strike's very good. But yeah, I guess we'll go Strike over Monitor here. Get our first one. Wow, that's a big pickup. Yeah, Marionette Master is super strong. Really happy to take that. So we also have an Inspector, a Grubs, a Skiff, a Gremlin, a Lookout. This pack has every card we want, but we're going to take the Bomb. Very powerful card. Okay, this pack has some goodies for us. So we've got Brazen Scourge, Pyro Helix, Goggles Squad, Conclusion. I'd probably just take the Pyro Helix here. Just get another cheap removal spell. It's probably better than a 3rd Conclusion. I just feel like you could probably get bogged down with too many conclusions. 2's kind of the magic number, I think, anyway. And Squad would be a fine pick, too, the second one. But I'll take the Pyro Helix. I like this card. Alright, there's a Charger, a Rush, a Gremlin, a Reunion, an Aetherborn. Maybe I'd take the Charger over the Aetherborn. It's slightly more exciting. If I knew I would see another vehicle, though, I feel like I would play... Obviously, I would play a Freighter or a Skiff over a Charger. So maybe I just don't need it in general. But then again, I probably don't need an ambitious Aetherborn either. I don't know, actually. They're both slightly... They both feel like cards that probably won't end up making the deck. But if one was to make the deck, I don't know which one would be more likely. Honestly, I think I'm probably more likely to play the Aetherborn than the Charger. Just because, like I said, I feel like I'm going to be able to find another vehicle out of the next pack, likely. All right, we'll take the Monitor here over the Gremlin, over the Giant, over the Rush, over the other things. Well, we got the Aetherborn, a second one anyway. I don't think I'm going to play Tactics either. I don't think I'm going to play a second Aetherborn. That seems pretty unlikely. Alright. I'll take a Tactics. Ooh, Infiltrator's nice. It's a good pickup for us. This is kind of one of those format-defining cards, right? 3 mana, attacks for 4, technically. Not literally. Wow, we have a lot of good cards here. So we have Quicksmith Genius, which works with our goggles, our gauntlet. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's pretty good. Got to get card advantage somehow. And taking it over a Fireweaver, which I also think would be good, but no regrets here. Ooh, Puzzle Knot's nice. I think we'll take it over the Broker. Getting that Lookout again. Very nice. So, cards I'm already kind of willing to cut. Probably the Gauntlet pretty easily because, ooh, another Squad or a second Goggles. Well, these aren't Artificers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, we have quite a few. I'll probably still take the Squad, though. Take the Gremlin. Fortuitous Find. So let's cut. I think Tactics is probably going to get cut. I think Torch Gauntlet's likely to get cut. And Club Security is likely to get cut. And then after that, it's probably the Aetherborn. Other than that, everything looks pretty good. I'd like a few more 2-drops. I'd like a Skiff. I'd like a Freighter. Well, here's our Skiff, but Snare Thopter is pretty awesome. Skiff gives us the flexibility with the lookouts, but Thopter is just such a good card. Thopter is very good. Do I still want the Skiff, though? Because I have 2 lookouts. Like, that in itself is just really nice. Really nice synergy. But Thopter just feels like one of those cards that just wins. With the hastiness. It is very good. Very, very good. That's tough. And those are really the only 2 choices for me. So the hasty 4-drop or the 2-drop vehicle that works with our lookouts. I mean, we're not necessarily deep on a lookout plan, but because we already have 1 vehicle too that already works with it. And who knows, maybe we even wheel a Charger, so it's not a big deal. Even though I'd much rather play a Skiff. I think here I'd just rather have a Snare Thopter. This card is just very good. Well, Daredevil's got to be very good in this deck as well. And there's really not that much else we care about. So there's a Trinketeer in here, of course. But this is pretty happy. I never get to play this card either. But yeah, this is very good in this deck. Just a lot of artifacts to toy around with. Presumably trades with big things. All right, we'll take the Bruiser. Eliminate's cool, but I think I'd rather just have some more cheap big threats. And I'm going to take it over the Infiltrator and the Squad and the Gremlins, all of which would be fine. And Eliminate's kind of a good card, and it's probably honestly, it's probably even better in a deck like this that has all these little tokens, but I'd rather just make sure we're putting some pressure on early here, so I want to take this Bruiser. All right, so we've got some choices here, right? We've got a Filigree Familiar, which is good value. We have a Bastion Mastodon, an Eager Construct, a Puzzle Knot, and a Fireweaver. So the Fireweaver does appear to be good in here with the goggles and the Artificer plan, But Filigree Familiar is a pretty high value card. I think I'd probably just take it. Been overall very impressed. We're kind of in the unique spot right now where our deck is got to start cutting like playable cards just to get to 16 lands. So I could take Harsh Scrutiny. I don't think we're going to end up playing the Broker, so Scrutiny for sideboard against like Gear Hulk decks or something could be useful. Subtle Strike number 2. Okay. Another Quicksmith Genius. There's a Gremlins and a third Conclusion. What's our total removal count here? We've got Rush, 2 Subtle Strikes, and 2 Tidy Conclusions. I don't know if I need a third Conclusion. It's probably fine, but maybe I'll just take another Genius here. I think our artifact count is high enough where this could be very useful for us. Plus 3 mana, 3 power. Can't really deny that. Ooh, getting the Screecher is nice. There's also a Dragster in here. I probably still want the Screecher. Dragster has synergy with our Lookouts, but we don't have much in terms of evasion, so let's get the 3 mana, 3 power flyer. Ooh, getting that Skiff back is just such a gift. Such a good gift for us. Yeah, I mean, this deck looks fantastic now. I'm actually just going to have a really difficult time cutting things, which, as I always say, the best problem in the world to have. So we'll have to begin figuring it out. Probably don't need the Puzzle Knot, even though I really like how it works with the Quicksmith Genius, because you get to draw and then filter, or rummage rather. Maybe we're not on the Goggles plan. Yeah, that probably is just going to be completely unnecessary. Even though we do have, I guess, a few Artificers, it just seems unnecessary. Probably don't need 2 Subtle Strikes. Maybe don't need the Rush. Although we're not like coming apart here at the seams with removal, so I'll have to come up with which ones are going to be worth it or not. I guess we'll take a Live Fast. Ah, another squad, you say. Probably don't need the third one, I guess. They are nice. For a 4-drop, 4 mana, 4 power potentially, or 3 power Menace. It's nice. It's a form of evasion, which, like I said, our deck does not have a ton of. But we do have some nice hastiness here. And like I said, getting that Skiff back is absurdly good. Probably don't need an assistant. I don't have any like bomb artifacts to bring back anyway. We'll do an Artificer count, but I kind of get the impression like Goggles is just not going to quite make the cut. Like, we have to cut some creatures. We really have to cut some creatures, so we'll have to figure that out too. Maybe because we're so creature heavy, I really should just be cutting the creatures first before the removal and tricks, because, you know, it's nice to have like 5 or 6 tricks and removal spells. They're very valuable, and tricks have been very good in this format. Like Subtle Strike, obviously, at commons, just very nice. And Rush of Vitality I've been very impressed with as well. All right. So these are kind of like half creatures, right? Oh, we have a lot less 2-drop creatures than I realized. I think a squad can just go on the chopping block here. Probably just don't need 3 of them. We're good on 4 drops after that. Just a ton of 3 drops. Not that that's a huge deal, but I still kind of feel like we're cutting the Goggles. We've got 1. You're not an Artificer, right? You're a Warrior. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, 8 is actually a pretty reasonable number. Let's cut the Puzzle Knot. I don't think we need it. Like I said, it's actually good with the Geniuses, but I don't think we need it. So we have to make, what, 6 more cuts if I cut these two? And we want to run 16 lands, which I think we do. I think I'm comfortable with that. We've got the 1 6-drop, 2 5-drops. We're maybe a little bit more top-heavy than I like for my 16 land decks, but I'm still probably okay with this. I probably cut a Pillar Bug before the Familiar, because I just think Familiar has more upside. But, I mean, you lose a toughness, but you don't have to pay for lifelink. But you don't get lifelink. You just gain life right away, which arguably is better. And you get to draw a card when it dies. Yeah, that's got to be better than Pillar Bug. But 2/3 is actually a nice body in this format, too. So, probably cut the Pillar Bug. I probably just like Subtle Strikes more than Rush most of the time, because you can just use it as a kill spell. But we don't have a lot of life gain in here. I mean, I could run 1 Subtle Strike, 1 Rush just for versatility and the chance to gain a bunch of life, which is pretty high upside, actually. It's one of those things that can just save your life. I do have, I guess, a little bit of life gain with the double Tidy Conclusion and the Familiar, so 3 ways to gain life, which is not bad. Oh, and the Lookouts, too. All right, maybe we have more life gain than I realized. I mean, Subtle Strike's going to be really good with Lookout. Turn 1, Lookout. Turn 2, even if you're on the draw turn 2, attack into your thing, Subtle Strike it, start draining, start getting to attack for 3 total. That's pretty good. So if I cut the Pillar Bug, I'm okay with that. Maybe I do cut the Rush and just keep the Subtle Strikes. Still have... Now I should probably just cut 2 creatures. And that leaves us with Pyrohelix, double Subtle Strike, double Conclusion. I mean, there's an argument that I keep the Rush and I just cut 3 creatures, because then we're still at a good creature count. I just don't know what creatures to cut. Kind of like them all. Like, I guess to cut back on curve, we could cut a squad, but then we're down to 7 Artificers. So does that mean I don't want the Goggles? Goggles are pretty nice with these guys, though. 4/4 for 3. Or even the Lookouts. What are my 3-drops I want to cut, too? Like, the Enthusiast basically is good with what? Like a Marionette Master and Goggles. Well, if we're cutting Artificers, then I probably just cut the Goggles. Because it does feel like I kind of want to cut some Artificers here. So I cut the Enthusiast and cut the Squad. And I just need 1 more cut. Maybe the Goggles then. So we cut these 3, and we call this a deck. Still have 16 creatures. We still have Pyrohelix, Double Strike, Rush, Double Conclusion. So we have good tricks and removal. Got a good curve. We still have probably plenty of artifacts, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I do that count right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. 8's fine. It's a little bit less than I'm used to, but it's perfectly fine. All right. Yeah, I like this deck. This looks good. Good tricks, good removal. A couple vehicles that are good. The Lookouts again. No Thriving Grubs, but that's all right. We've got these Subtle Strikes to kill things early. Yeah, I'm totally on board with this deck. So, less red than black, but none of these like require anything. Even the Monitor doesn't really require red to get Menace, so we'll probably end up doing 9/7, I imagine. Because we do actually have some double blacks, but at the same time we want to make sure that we're hitting our cheap reds. So 9/7, I'm okay with this. Yeah, deck looks good. I like it. good rares in here too, right? We've got Pia and Cruiser, Marionette Master. Cool. All right. Well, black red aggro. We'll see you round 1.